Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. For those of you guys that are new here, welcome. And for those of you guys that are returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for your support. Today we are going to be looking at the ancestors. The ancestors, how are they guiding you right now? How are they connecting with you at this particular time in your life? And what do they have to say? So you have three piles to choose from. Pile 1, the porcupine. Pile 2, the cardinal. And pile 3, the dog. Okay. Tune into the pile that you are most drawn to, and I will see you back for your chosen pick a card. Welcome, pile 1, to your channeled reading. How are the ancestors guiding you right now? Well, I feel that the ancestor that is coming through strongly would be somebody that had a very hard exterior, may have been known as prickly. They may have had a sharp tongue, very, very protective. I'm getting guarded. There's something about their eyes. So maybe they had big eyes, or their eyes were deep, or they carried a lot of wisdom. I'm feeling a paternal, a grandfather, or just energy of the masculine. So this could be the father, the grandfather, the great-grandfather coming through strongly in this reading. Somebody who wore overalls. There's a farm energy, and somebody who smelled of oil on their hands, and somebody who smoked cigars. I'm picking up women in the kitchen, so it seems like a lot of women were always around at this time with this particular ancestor that feels like they're coming through. I'm getting a child, so I'm getting somebody young who's passed. They had a very playful energy. Soccer, I'm seeing a soccer ball. And somebody had some issues around the heart. And that's just me, that's just tuning in just really quick, but the porcupine. And so I believe that right now what's happening is your ancestors coming through. You may be sharing a lot of stories at this time, okay? Storytelling, ancestral wisdom. You may be remembering their words of wisdom or guidance, the times that you may have had. Quiet ferocity, I feel like that's the energy of your ancestor. They were quiet. They didn't speak, but their presence was very much known. And so at this time, they're speaking through you through stories. So you may be sharing a lot of stories, or around the holiday time, you may be sharing around stories, or you may have just lost someone. And this is a time where you're doing a lot of storytelling. You're remembering the wisdom that was bestowed upon you. You're remembering some of the guidance that they had given you. And so you're remembering some of the wisdom that they carried. There's dreams that are coming up for some of you guys as well. So dreams could be really significant, where you may be receiving a lot of dreams at this particular time. I'm getting letters. So either you're seeing their name or initials coming through. And I feel for some, you're seeing your initials and they're trying to get your attention about something. Let's go ahead and see what else. Just hiding them at this time. Okay, so they're wanting you to go out into nature, all right? Go out in nature, coexistence, gather, limit, waste, okay? So they're wanting you to clean house, get rid of things. They want you to ground in and see the bigger picture in life, right? So you may be a workaholic. You may be somebody who focuses a lot on the 3D world, on success, on money, cars, different things like that. And your ancestors are telling you that there's much more to life than just getting up and, you know, making money. Does this really fulfill you? Is this really bringing you peace, fulfillment, right? You may be successful. You may be, in that forward momentum of success or of achievements, or you may have already had those things, but are you happy today, right? And so there's a feeling of what is wasteful in your life, what is taking up energy, what is taking up time, okay? They are gathering around you, so you may feel a lot of your ancestors at this time. I'm feeling a lot of familial connections coming through for you. So I feel like maybe you're getting together. There's like some sort of maybe celebration, or again, a funeral or a loss or something, where there's a lot of family gatherings or connections at this particular time. And again, this feels like, there's memories that are being resurfaced, okay? You're meant to, not just exist, but coexist with spirit at this time in your life. They're also, your ancestors are your spirit guide. You have an ancestor who is guiding you right now, literally. You may be seeing an eagle or a hawk, okay? Insight, guidance, and purpose. So they're trying to give you more insight. Again, they're trying to lead you forward. And you're in the desert right now. The desert leads you to being thirsty, right? Because there's no water. This is a long journey, and so they're trying to guide you like you've already had this journey, right? So there's guidance that's coming through, and this is leading you to your purpose. Right? Your purpose that you may feel that you have right now may not be your full purpose. So there's a lot of guidance that's coming in. Again, dream times. You have the gift of sight. Okay, you have the gift of insight, of intuition, clear knowing, right? Clear empathy. All right, so listen and trust your inner guidance, because your ancestors are guiding you. You may see a lot of birds coming through at this time, trying to give you a lot of message. I'm seeing owls as well. So you may hear owls at nighttime, but if you're seeing a lot of eagles or hawks, that's your ancestor. I feel like grandfather energy for somebody strongly here feels very grandfatherly, like trying to course correct you, to really focus on what is important, the wisdom. Okay. So fantasy. Ancestors are. Fly. Five of Swords, winning at all costs, pride before the fall. Okay. We have the matinee. Five of Cups, loss, hidden solutions, better times ahead. We have the Tiger, the King of Wands. Yeah, somebody here is in position. Loyalty and honorable spirit, ferocious. All right, yeah, somebody here is definitely in a position of power or leadership. You're a boss, right? And I do feel like, because we have the Five of Cups and the Five of Swords here, that's an internal struggle that you're going through, right? The Five of Cups is depression, it's sadness, it's a loss, it's grief. The Five of Swords here is an internal struggle. So you guys could be fighting with your family members or whatever, through memories and having some of those things. Or there's an internal war that's going on within you about, again, where are you fulfilled? Where are you not fulfilled? Okay. You have a spirit of, again, there's this energy of success, achievements that you've already acquired or had, or you're going for, right? So you're forced to be reckoned with already, but are you happy? That's the question that your ancestors are asking you, and they're trying to direct you. Like, I feel like there's a heaviness in your heart where you're not, and you may not share that, right? But this is the feeling that the ancestors are giving you, because you have the Ace of Cups here. And the Ace of Cups here is the pure joy, the fulfillment, divine inspiration, right? It's the self-love cup. It's the cup of love, right? It's the, loving yourself enough to, again, remove things that are wasteful, remove things that are taking up your energy, your time, your precious time, right? Because we don't know when our last day is here. We don't know when things may change, right? And so your ancestors want to remind you that, we may think we have time to do the things that we really want, or the things that we find that maybe really make us happy. But what if you run out of time? What if something happens, right? Like, you get into an accident, you want to go on this trip, and you're like, okay, I'm going to go in a couple of years now. And your ancestors are saying, go on the trip now. Forget about everything. Just go on the trip now. And then between that time, you lose your legs. You know, I'm not like, I'm being very morbid here, but you know, I think you get the gist. At the bottom, you have the wolf. The wolf is my guardian, is my protector. The Knight of Pentacles, reputation, reliability, and results, right? Okay, so this is what you may find to be important, is your reputation, right? You know, like you may, again, show up for people or do things, or, you know, you handle business, but, you know, are the results greater than the rewards? Okay. All right. You got a lot of tiger energy coming through. You got the tiger. I think there's only one tiger, right, though, but maybe. Okay. Assertive. All right. You have the cougar. In silence, you find power, claim your leadership role, and take action. You know where to go and what to do. You have the courage and confidence to succeed. We also have the King of Wands here, right? And that's that energy that's being assertive, okay? The cougar energy. And the King of Wands is silent, again, silent, okay? And you may take this from your ancestors, that you may be very silent, stoic, reserved, you know? Your presence may be known, okay? Again, I feel like you are very much in a leadership role, but this may be taking action upon your life and your self-love, okay? This can also be taking leadership within family dynamics or drama that could be occurring, right, at this particular time. And so your ancestors want you to know that, you know, be assertive, right? Take action. It's like, you know where to go, you know what to do, you know how to handle your business, right? But have the courage and the confidence that you can, you know, have love, right? Have happiness and some sort of emotional fulfillment in your life. Okay. Laugh and have fun. Smile, positive energy, joyfulness, right? Go on a trip, you know, you may want to go to Tibet, you may want to go to Peru, you may want to go to India, you may want to go somewhere, right? But this is what it is. This is what your ancestors want to say. And look at all these men, again, men, okay? I'm telling you, there's a masculine energy that's coming through. Laugh and have fun. Positive energy, joyfulness, right? That Ace of Cups energy that they're wanting to remind you of. Life is more than just work. Life is more than just a go-get, right? Okay? Be an open channel. Mediumship, ancestors, and spirits, right? You guys are channelers, okay? You guys are definitely gifted, getting messages. Again, I keep saying that. So, you know, your spirit team, with the veil being thin right now, they're letting you know that they're coming through. Literally, you have mediumship, right? So some of you guys are connecting with your ancestors, talking with your ancestors. You know, you may be dreaming about your ancestors. You are having this full-on connection with your ancestors at this time, right? Spirits, okay? Your spirit guides are coming through, and your ancestor is your spirit guide. They are guiding you, right? So they're wanting you to be clear and open. Like, don't doubt what you're getting. Don't doubt what you're experiencing right now, the dreams or the messages that are coming through. Most importantly, pile on, have fun, okay? Have lots of fun, you know? Like, you know, try to, you know, like, have fun, okay? You know, let your guard down, you know? There's more to life than being serious. There's more to life than working. All right, so we have light. All right, imagine yourself as being composed of energy and light, because in reality, that's precisely what you are. You are a powerful being, and people are attracted to your brilliance. This is a time to remember how vibrant you truly are. So your ancestors want you to know that you are light, you're beautiful, right? Birds are very significant to this connection. So you may get a lot of messages with birds, or just kind of see birds coming through, or one bird may visit you a lot. You know, like I have a jaybird that comes to visit me every morning that I'm having my cup of coffee, and especially if I'm having a day. And I know it's my mom, comes right up to my face and like kisses me, you know, like, and it'll just be out of nowhere, buzzes, there it is, right in my face, and it's like, good morning, you know. And summertime, it's a specific butterfly, right? So vulnerability. All right. This is all about, for some of you guys, really opening that heart center as well. Okay. This is confirmation that you're seeking to tread into the unknown, unfamiliar territory where decisions are based more on intuition than rationality. Don't let fear hold you back or allow a misguided sense that feeling vulnerable is somehow a negative condition, okay? So you're being guided to be vulnerable, to open up your heart, to express yourself, especially when it comes to love, especially when it comes to what you want, all right? Like not holding back, okay? Because your ancestors are saying, you know, they may have been hard. Again, this ancestor may have been very stoic, non-expressive, right? Non-vulnerable. And they're letting you know that, you know, this is unfamiliar territory, is making a decision based upon your intuition, not logic, not analytic. It may not make sense. What brings you joy, happiness, what brings positive energy in life, what actually truly makes you smile, what makes you come alive, right? That's what's important. You're wasting some of your life away. And so spirit, you know, your ancestors want you to know that they want you to have fun. They want you to find happiness. Okay. All right. All right. So feel what you feel. Okay. You have the right to feel what you feel, but remember that you always have a right to be happy. Denial. Denial to accept situations, unhealthy cycles, or addictions. Okay. So they said stop, right? Stop denying the truth. Stop denying maybe that you're a workaholic or, you know, you invest in things or people or situations that do not bring you the happiness, right? And they want to remind you that you are charming, okay? Have confidence in your charm. A lot of people gravitate towards you because they like you for you. All right, so, you know, that King of Wands energy coming through again to remind you you're in leadership, right? That fire energy. You may have fire somewhere in your chart, someone rising heavily, okay? But want to make sure that they keep reminding you because you have people that gravitate towards you. So you have people that come to you, right? For wisdom. You may be a storyteller, right? You may be guided to start telling stories yourself or sharing your knowledge and your wisdom with other people. You know, you may carry that charm. All right, let's go ahead and close out your reading. If you like this reading so far, please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel for further notifications. I do provide one-on-one sessions. So if you would like to book one, all of my information is linked in the bio below. All right, so we have here the messenger, okay, Sirius, bringing harmony and balance. All right, so your ancestors want you to know that Sirius, if you are starseed and you head out to the stars, you may visit this planet. All right, bringing harmony and balance. Bringing harmony and balance back into your life, and you have weight. Okay, it's not yet time. Things are being woven. All right, so trust your intuition. Okay, trust where you're being guided and trust where you are being led. That's all I have, Pile. Wanted. Again, I would love to hear feedback. Let me know where you're listening from. Trust the process and trust the journey. I'll see you all next time. Bye now. Welcome, Pile 2, to your ancestral reading. How are your ancestors guiding you? How are they connecting with you at this particular time? Well, the cardinal pretty much says it all to me. So you may be seeing cardinals. Birds may be really important, different color birds, red birds. But cardinals to me are usually definitely ancestral, usually a messenger from ancestors whenever cardinals come through. Songs will be significant, music. So you may have music coming on or music showing up for you at this particular time. I feel like this ancestor that's coming through is feminine. I feel masculine and feminine, so it could be mom, dad, grandparents, aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters. But I do feel this very nurturing energy, this very loving energy. I feel like you hear bird songs or sound calls, like different sounds coming through. I'm getting sound bowls is significant for you, or high vibrational frequencies like solfeggio, beta sounds. So you may have a connection with, high frequencies, clearing. There's an energy that I feel like you're a healer, okay? There's a healing energy that's coming through. Like you're very empathic, you're very loving. I'm feeling like, I feel like you've had a somewhat of a challenging childhood. Like I feel like you were young and you had fun, and then all of a sudden maybe the light went out. Something may have happened at that time. This ancestor, I feel, was very creative. They may have been a teacher. They may have liked to do a lot of arts and crafts, really into sewing. Because I'm seeing a sewing machine, and somebody who did needle and threads, like somebody who did, what is that called, with the yarn thing? Okay, I don't know. But anyway, somebody feels like that. I'm seeing a quilt or a blanket that was made. I'm seeing booties that may have been made for one of the kids or grandkids, okay? Somebody was very connected to water. They liked the beach, they liked the ocean. Somebody liked fishing, camping, very wilderness, rustic energy coming through for some. I'm feeling issues around the stomach. So I don't know if this person has stomach cancer or because I'm getting a lot of yellow, like just a lot of eaten away around my diaphragm. So, and then I'm getting somebody who had circulation issues. So somebody who had issues with walking. I'm getting a left leg, or either the left leg was the one that was the only one that was working, and the left leg was limping. But the left leg is significant in somebody's reading here. Birds are really coming through. So songs, messages through a lot of songs, singing. So those are where memories coming in, shared songs. Okay, so it could be concerts that you guys went to as well. I'm getting a brotherly feeling, so it could be somebody that is even a friend or even like a big brother. And when you feel this connection, sometimes you get, there's heat on my right ear lobe, okay? So it feels like somebody's tugging on it. So somebody may have been playing with your right ear. What else? Somebody's saying that you need to rest, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and see what else. What else my ancestors got at this time? Politics. Yeah, definitely music, you guys. All right, that's so hilarious here. All right, so we have whole self at the bottom, is whole self health. You may be into plant medicine. You may be into natural herbs. You may be into holistic healing, yoga. There's something spiritual about you. You may eat right, or your ancestor was really into whole foods, eating right, fruits and vegetables, things like that. All right, let's see what your ancestors have to say. This is funny. All right, so reconnect with Mother Earth, okay? That's like Mother Gaia, you know, or great grandmother or grandmother energy. Again, that grandmother feeling, okay, or motherly feeling. Butterflies are here. Transformation is very much here. And there's this energy around your neck, right? Where I feel like this is like, you've been silenced long enough. You've been silenced long enough. They've been silenced long enough, right? So you are, you're healing the throat chakra, silence, not being able to be heard or seen in some way. But you are guided to connect with Mother Earth. And I feel your ancestor was very connected. Like I said, it was like that energy of fishing, camping, you know, like very earthy energy, okay? Very grounded energy. Butterflies are all around, right? So your ancestor could be sending you butterflies as you're going through this transformation time in your life, big butterflies or dragonflies or moths, okay? Plant, garden, harvest. And so you may be a gardener. You may be into plants. You may be into growing your own garden, okay? This is maybe your ancestors' wisdom that's coming through, or one of your ancestors planted or garden. I'm feeling grandfather. Somebody close in your family, I feel masculine, was the gardener, okay? And maybe your mom took that on, the planting, okay? Or your, you know, there's something here and taught you, but there's an energy of a grandfather coming through that was a gardener or planter or a farmer, all right? And so here, right, you may have learned that. So you may be a gardener, you may be, again, planting your own thing, or you may be, or your ancestors guiding you to start making your own food, you know, who knows, okay? Because it may be time to make your own food right now, you know. I wish I had a green thumb. I don't, I kill everything, but, right, you know, unfortunately, it's a past life thing. That's a whole other story. But if I had one, I always think about, always had my own garden. My mom loved planting, and so she always had a garden. She always had planted things, right? And so but she loved plants. She was very into plants. We had plants all over our home growing up, and it was just like all of these long stem plants. After she died, I killed them. You know, I'd water them and talk to them like she did, but they died, you know, and I was devastated. But anyway, but she was very into planting and gardening, right? So I feel, and I think I said that maybe because it is the mother, okay? You know, it is the mother coming through, or a mother connection where the mother's father or uncle or brother was into gardening, okay? Something to that effect, right? But anyway, so they could telling you to start your own garden, and the music is coming through again, instrument, sound, tone. Didn't I say that you're very into frequencies, sounds, different things like that, and your ancestors are coming through? This could even be how you're connecting, right? You could be connecting through drums, sound baths, high frequency sounds, tones, music, okay? But they're definitely coming through music. Your ancestor may have played music as well, an instrument, all right? Have been a singer or like to sing a lot. Music is very strong in your reading pile too, okay? The way your ancestors are coming through. All right. They could be telling you that maybe you need to go to a sound bath or a drumming to connect with them. That's a good way. Put some drum sounds on. It's a really great way to connect with your ancestors. All right. Okay, let's see what else your ancestors want to say. Did I do this? Five of Pentacles, Pangolin, dark night of the soul, loneliness, loss of home. So I did feel that for some of you guys that there was transformation all around you that's happening, okay? All right. We do have the Knight of Swords, all right? So we have the Roadrunner. Remember the Roadrunner cartoon? What was his name? Maybe the Roadrunner. Courage in action, best of intentions. Okay, so, you know, your ancestors want you to know that you are moving away from this. You are transitioning out of this loss. All right, so this could be loss of a home, money, obstacles, challenges, all right, just feeling out in the cold. But the Dark Night of Souls is an awakening that is happening, and music can be very therapeutic for you right now. All right, you do have the Six of Cups and reunion, reminiscing inner child, and you do have the Six of Swords, better times ahead, new home, and hearth. Okay, so some of you guys could be leaving family situations, connections, inner child situations, long-term relationships at this particular time. That could be where that home is coming through, right? Some of you guys can be transitioning into soul connections, okay, away from connections that are not reciprocal or serving, or that leave you feeling unloved or unwanted. And this is leading you to reunions, different things like that. This can also be reminiscing again about the family that you may be connecting with your ancestor at this particular time. Some inner child reminiscing, all right. You know, the music that's coming up, different things like that could be coming up at this time. Some of you guys could be grieving, you know, and this is saying that there are better times ahead, that there will be a time where you may feel, you know, a little bit better about whatever is happening, okay? And so your ancestors are really just trying to come through and tell you that, you know, it's going to take courage, okay, you know, to move forward, but the Roadrunner is all about speediness, okay? It's about cutting through, moving speediness, okay? So you are moving away at a fast pace, more faster than you think. And then we do have the Three of Cups here, celebration, soul groups, time to focus, okay? So the Three of Cups is, you know, for some reunions, okay, coming back in. So some of you guys, again, could be moving to love, moving to reunions, to better friendships, better connections, all right? And so your ancestors want you to know that your time is going to be very fast and speedy, moving away from these particular connections or situations that are just not serving of you, that are leaving you feeling out in the cold. And this is part of the transformation process. The Dark Night of the Soul is to strip away everything you believe that you already know, to bring in the set of beliefs that that you are actually on, that are aligned with your soul. All right, your ancestors want you to right now, okay? Loon, you have ducks and like roosters and stuff here, right? So, you know, maybe you live next to a pond or something. Intuitive, okay? Listen to the song in your soul. Here goes the music again, you guys. Some of you guys could be musicians or something. Trust your intuition. You have a way of knowing. Emerge from the busy life and seek more solitude at this time, okay? and recognize that you are unique and that you are loved. So, you know, the loon is coming out to want to tell you, trust your intuition at this time, you guys, right? Listen to your soul's calling. That's what your ancestors want you to know. Remember that you are loved. Remember that you're unique. You're uniquely you. You're perfectly you. Okay. And so it is about, you know, getting away from the busy, getting away from maybe, like I said, other people, okay, at this time, and seeking a little bit more of a solitude time, you know, to recalibrate, you know. All right, and we have dolphin play. Swim in the happy joy of living. Inhale confidence and exhale fear. Dive into your wisdom. Go with the flow. So the dolphins are here. There's that water element. So your ancestors may be really into dolphins or into water or whales or anything like that. But the dolphin is all about play. It's ancestral, okay? So they're talking about playing. They're talking about, you know, enjoyment, you know. So, you know, go date yourself. Go have fun with yourself. Like, go out, okay? You know, go out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and go watch a movie by yourself, right? Like, there's something about maybe, oh my gosh, this is so funny. Some of you guys are meant to be singers or something. I don't know, like literally meant to be singers or something. You have a soul song. There's something about it. Find your voice, okay? And remember, express yourself, open up, sing it out, okay? So remember I was saying your ancestor with the throat chakra. I was seeing all the necklaces around that you are removing the chains of silence. You're removing the chains of being unseen. You're removing the chains of that, right? So there's an energy that your ancestors talking about. Express yourself, open up, sing it out. This is like, you know, a lot of music. Your ancestors very musical. They could have really been like instruments. They could have played instruments, or you could play instruments, but there's definitely this energy of that energy, like just music, very, very much here. But they are saying for you to express yourself, right? That it's time for you to be open and honest and true, okay? About what it is that you want, what it is that you are desiring. But a lot of music, psychic strength, shield, talisman, and gold light. All right. So your ancestors letting you know that they are shielding you right now from negativity. Okay. So you may be feeling there's maybe some gypsy, ancestral gypsy. All right. Coming through, shield, talisman, and gold light. So, you know, also you're surrounded with golden light at this time. All right. There's a shield around you. If you don't know about your shield, put it up. Look, ask for your ancestors, hey, help me put my shield up. And the talisman, whatever you want to use. But look at that. Again, the neck here, okay? So there's something here that I feel like you guys are breaking through around that throat chakra energy. Like, I feel like you guys are like, nope, I'm not going to be quiet. I'm going to speak how I feel. All right. You know, a lot of you guys keep getting, have fun. All right, gratitude, okay? Life is one big continuous circle of giving and receiving energy. Be thankful for who and what's in your life instead of complaining about what you don't have. If you focus on gratitude, you'll start to attract prosperity and abundance, right? So it's, again, moving away from that five of pentacles energy, that feeling of loss, right? And starting to seek out, you know, thank them for the journey, thank them for the lessons, and starting to move into energies that are more aligned with you. Cleanse. You guys are guided to cleanse right now. Again, that talisman energy coming through. So, you know, do some psychic cleansing. Your body and mind and soul are urging you to take time out for some much needed cleansing. Just as you wash your car, clean the house, or tidy your office, your body also needs care and attention. It's time for some spiritual, emotional, physical cleaning. Okay. So this is about, you know, removal, getting rid of things. Okay. Having courage to take action. Okay. My camera did cut off. I believe I left it at cleansing. And have fun is the last one. Stop when was the last time you had fun? When was the last time you took a chance and did something silly, something totally unlike you, something just for the joy of it? It's long overdue for you to let go and your analytical mind and give yourself and your soul permission to have fun. And this is exactly what your reading is about. It keeps coming back to letting go and having some fun. Pile 2, all right? So enjoying life. To experience the magic of life, you must first practice it. So they're talking about ritual work. First of all, cleansing, cleaning, right? All of the things that maybe your soul is calling for you to do. It's time maybe your ancestors saying to honor that. Plan your career. This doesn't always mean plan your career, especially if you haven't. This could just mean that you're needing to plan out your days or plan out certain things or getting into your creative flow. Create milestones, have strategy to set yourself up for success. So this is about getting maybe reorganized and restructured, okay? And my favorite card out of this deck is give less fucks, okay? The less you give a fuck, the happier you will be. So your ancestor, okay, has a clear message for you, pal, too. That was a clear message, okay? Give less fucks, straight up, right? Okay. And the last message is, oh, my ears are ringing. You may have, somebody may get ears ringing as soon as I say that. So if that is for you, if your ears start ringing and as soon as I say give less fucks, that message is for you. Lost lands, memories, soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. So you are remembering your spiritual gifts. You're remembering your spiritual gifts. You're a plant medicine, or you work with plants, okay? You work with healing, herbals, different things like that, the body. Deep cellular healing, okay? Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. So, you know, your ancestors want you to know that right now you're having a complete healing. That soul, like I said, the dark night of the soul that's coming through is to literally kind of destroy you to really put you in alignment. Okay, so definitely things have shifted and are changing at this time of transformation. The music is what's healing. Your spirit, your ancestors want you to know that they are speaking to you, connecting with you through music. If you have enjoyed this reading so far, please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel for further notifications. I do offer private sessions one-on-one. If you would like to book a session with me, please hit that link below. I would love to hear where you are from in the feedback comments, or if this reading just resonated with you. And trust the process and trust the journey. I will see you next time. Bye now. Welcome, Pile 3, to your channel reading. We are going to be taking a look at how is your ancestor guiding you right now in your life? What are the messages that they're wanting to say to you? So the dog. So the ancestor that's coming through is probably definitely a dog lover, okay? The ancestor may be coming through in dog form, all right? Or there may be a dog attached to an ancestor here. Like you may have like your mom, parents, or somebody's dog, or just even animal. We'll just even say animal here. Your grandparent, definitely might be a grandparent, but your ancestor was of service. They may have had a lot of skill sets that may have been in the medical profession. They may have been nurses, doctors, caregivers, a dentist. My teeth started to hurt, that's why. Somebody that specializes in some sort of feet. For some reason, I don't know why I'm getting feet. You know, they could have even just like to get their feet done a lot because they're being drawn to the feet. There's this energy of hiking, forest energy. So I don't know if you live in a forest or your ancestor did, but there's an energy of like forest, being grounded, walking through the forest. It's really nice. It's like this nice cool breeze and it's really nice and warm. So I don't know if this is a memory. I'm seeing picnics, or I'm hearing picnics. Okay. So maybe you guys have picnics together. This ancestor was very honest. Like they didn't bullshit. They didn't lie. They carried a lot of wisdom, a lot of wisdom. I feel like they had like a lot of knowledge, but they didn't hold secrets. They didn't hold back. I feel like there's truth coming out within, with somewhere in your life. There's some truths that are being revealed to you at this time. Okay. This could be coming through the third eye, but this could be about family. You know, this could be truths that are being revealed about family. Like somebody could have said that this person was this, and there's you know, that wasn't true. And you're finding out what truth, the truth that's associated with, or you're just having truth that is coming up in your life right now. You're a very loyal person. You're very loyal, and you try to be honest. I feel like you even have a softness when you're trying to deliver some certain truths, but I do believe there's also a cutness about you as well. Like you get to a point with people where it's kind of like you may mother or father them, or you may lecture them, or you may sit them down and have a talking to, you know, or explain things a lot, right? But there's something about you where you may get to a point where it's not cutthroat, but it's like direct, right? More assertive energy. You may be a dog lover yourself. You may have an animal. You may, just like pets, like in general, okay? You may like to hike. Devotion. I feel that your ancestor is bringing people who are in aligned with you, devoted to you. I see that there's this energy of where I feel like you have a lot of people around you. Like you may be in a workplace where you have a lot of people, or you may be at the center of, you know, family situations, friendships, like you just have a lot of people around you. But there's this energy of loneliness and isolation where maybe you don't feel like you belong with the crowd, or maybe you don't feel like you fit in, you know. There's this lost feeling that's there, and it's like a homeward bound, you know, like you're going home. Your ancestor is directing you home, whatever that means to you, pile 3. But there's this energy of your ancestor is guiding you home, okay? You know, animals just may make you happy, you know, okay? You may be devoted to a cause, like helping animals, you know. You may want to participate in animal shelters, you know, things like that. Oh, that's not what I want right now. That's not the card. I'll pull that in a minute, but... Okay. The ancestors are guiding you. Yeah, so your ancestors may be guiding you more on the 3D level through people, animals, you know, like tangible things. Okay. So we have find your voice, all right? Express yourself, open up and sing it out, okay? You may be a singer, or your ancestor may have been a singer into instruments. I think one of the piles got this same card. But the energy feels different, where I feel like this was more of a blocked throat. This feels more like, I feel like you're finally opening yourself up, okay? Like you're finally opening yourself up. You're finally being honest, like with yourself. I feel like you're finally... Like, I don't feel like you're in denial anymore. Like, again, clarity. Something about being clear. Something about seeing the truth, seeing certain situations, right? And the singing it out, you may be a singer or just like to sing like me. I'm horrible at singing. God awful. I know this. I accept that about myself. But I love to sing. It makes me happy. You know? So you may be finding yourself being expressed through music. Your ancestor could be definitely coming through music, okay? Or you may be a composer. You may write music, or wanting to write music, or wanting to write poetry. There's a writer in you, pile 3. I'm getting writing, okay? Like you write things down. You may journal, all right? But there's something about you that is like letting it out, like finally being expressing. But I feel like this is about you walking the path of like authenticity, like autonomy. Open to love. Okay. Pile 3, be open to love, relationships, passion, and fulfillment. So yeah, you know, I don't feel like a lot of you guys have had people that were devoted to you, again, that were loyal. Okay. There could have been a lot of betrayals or disloyalty, pile 3, but I do feel like your ancestors are aligning you with people that are going to be loyal to you, devoted to you, relationships. Some of you guys are, you know, maybe lackluster and passionate in your past relationships, and you're going to find that passionate, you know, connection, right? Most importantly, your ancestors remind you that you are going to be fulfilled, okay? The more that you open to love, the more that you open up to yourself, the more that you're loyal to yourself, right? Some of you guys could have like recommitted to yourself in a way. Like you may have made a promise to yourself, you know, like how you would do a vow to somebody else. I feel like you may have made a vow to yourself recently. And so, but this is like, you know, the promise that you made to yourself is like your ancestor is telling you that that's the things that you're wanting and desiring is going to happen for you, pile 3, okay? All right. Pile 3. How are the ancestors guiding pile 3? All right, so we have the woodpecker, okay? Woody Woodpecker. I feel like there's a lot of cartoons in my mind that's coming out with this reading. I think we had the Roadrunner, and I was like, there's a Roadrunner that we watched when we were kids. Anyway, if you guys remember what it is, let me know. Self-imposed, imprisoned, and new perspective, okay? So this is your ancestors telling you that you have self-imposed limitations, okay? That you need to get out of your head, all right? That whatever you may feel entrapped in, okay, whether that's relationships or connections or any of those things, your ancestors want to tell you that you're not. It's kind of all in your head, right? You're really having an internal struggle with that. The Tasmanian devil, yeah, look at that. I mean, cartoons, listen, you may have been born in the time that I was born in, right? 1980s, okay? 1970s, 1980s babies, all right? Where we watch these cartoons, the Tasmanian devil. If I see the rabbit, I'm gonna freak out. No. Anyway, or Tweety Bird, right? 5 of Wands, so conflict, competition, okay, hiding from the truth, right? And I feel like your ancestor is bringing the truth. Whatever that looks like to you, third eye, dreams, clarity, people seeing people for who they are, the mask being taken off, right? The mask within yourself maybe be taken off, whatever that looks like there's this energy of removal and truth being presented to you, pile 3, okay? And so these maybe have been restrictions that you may have felt like if you had a family tie and this was an obligation to a family tie, you found out the truth. And you're like, okay, wait a minute. I don't have to be tied to this. I could just, you know, walk away. There's a freedom. There's a liberation energy that's coming through with you guys, okay? And so I do feel for you guys that there is an internal struggle that is happening, but I do believe this is this limiting belief that you have within yourself, and your ancestor is wanting you to kind of break free from that, wanting you to let go of that energy, okay? You have the Wheel of Fortune at the center of your reading, okay? The bee medicine. This is about luck, life cycles, major karmic events that are occurring in your life, pile 3, right? So right now, these are major events that are occurring in your life. These are karmic events though, okay? So these are things that are cyclic, all right? That are maybe replaying over and over again. People that are not devoted to you, you know, betraying parts of yourself, people that are in competition with you, self-limiting beliefs, right? These are these are the energies that you are clearing, right? And your ancestors are guiding you through, you know, the bee medicine, okay? So you may see a lot of bees, right? You may see the Tasmanian devil somewhere. You may have a Tasmanian devil tattoo. You may have a woodpecker or a woodpecker. You know what I'm saying? There's something about like these connections with these animals that are coming through very, very for free. And you may have even watched your ancestor may have been connected to these, okay, cartoons, and you may have watched that, or you watch these with one of your ancestors, like your parent or something, okay? Either way, this is like, to me, maybe mom energy, grandparent energy, aunt, uncle energy coming through, right? And so they're wanting to tell you guys that maybe you guys are around the wrong people right now, okay? Maybe you guys are involved in the wrong people. Like I said, you guys have a lot of people around you. Like you guys are surrounded by a lot of people, pile 3, you know, but there's this isolation feeling about you, right? Like you don't belong, or you're not resonating anymore. They don't bring you happiness, or this isn't where you want to be, right? So there's this energy of like wanting to show you, okay, there's the goat. 6 of Pentacles, this is just rewards, generosity, establishing boundaries, right? 6 of Pentacles is about equal give and take, all right? It's about reciprocation, equal reciprocation. Okay, so that's what you're demanding, is equal reciprocation, is you want people that are devoted to you, people that are going to give you equal give and take. It is you're pouring into me as I'm pouring into you, and I don't feel depleted and you don't feel depleted, right? This is about you've been too generous, right, with your time and your attentions, okay? And this is about pulling your energy back and establishing boundaries even within yourself. of what you're willing to give. What kind of resources do you want to give, right? Because again, there's a cycle that is repeating right now in your life, right? That is showing up, okay, in a way for you to like course correct yourself, okay? For others of you guys, this feels like, you know, if this is work-related situations that are coming up, right? There feels like there's going to be a moving energy of like moving away from the company. Like if you're looking for a raise, you're looking for a promotion, or you're looking to be recognized in some way. I feel like for you guys, this is going to be coming in for you guys, okay? I also feel that this is to remind you that the wheel is going to be turning in your favor, okay? So again, you are dealing with some challenging energies, and your ancestors are coming in, right, to help you course correct so that you can have reciprocal relationships. You can have relationships, again, that pour into you, whether this is work, familial, whatever this is, even within yourself, right? This is more of you honoring yourself, pile 3. Then we have the alligator, okay? Page of Cups energy, surprising insights, artistry coming up for air, right? So the alligator is one, methodical, okay? And so this is like a very methodical energy. And the Page of Cups usually is representing like an apology, a conversation, a message coming in, an unexpected message coming in, you know, and this can be, you know, like that, what you're looking for, that recognition. You could be looking for an apology could be coming in, right? However, I feel that this is more for those of you guys that I was talking about, that creative flow, right? The writing in you, the writers in you, right? There's something strategic about you. The alligator is very protective as well. It's in the water element, right? And so the murky of the water where you can't see the bottom. And that's why you don't see them come in and bite your ass and eat you up. You know what I'm saying? And they don't discriminate, right? There's no discrimination here, you know? So, yeah. So, you know, there's something about the will changing in your favor, but I feel like you're not going to see it coming. So I feel like you're going to be very surprised with the outcome that's going to happen. So I do feel like for some of you guys, you may start dating, or you may make a connection, or establish better friendships, okay, that bring you more fulfillment and joy, pile 3. I feel like for your spirit, your ancestors, I feel like they really want you to know that you can have better relationships, and you don't have to be where you're at. You're choosing to be, but you don't have to be there, okay? All right, so I did your reading all wrong, by the way. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, I was like, I thought I did. All right, we have the wolf, the pathfinder. I love this. Wow, you're a guardian, a protector, and your ancestor is definitely guarding you, okay? The wolf energy is always like the main protector, and the wolf goes in packs, right? The wolf may be a lone wolf, okay? But also they have packs. They have connections with other wolves, okay? So release your past and start a new journey. Oof, okay? Release this energy, all right? You are a teacher, and help others find their way. There will be challenges, but your soul's strong. Perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures, all right? You are the pathfinder, pile 3. Okay, and that's why love is going to be returned to you, right? That's why love is coming for you. Your ancestor wants you to know that you deserve to have loving and fulfilling relationships, okay? You have endured a lot on your journey, and so, you know, it's time for you to release. It's time for you to let go of the 8 of Swords and the 5 of Wands energy, the internal struggle that you may be going through, the limiting beliefs that you may be going through, right? That happiness may not be yours, love may not be yours, right? You may not have the things, but you are meant to have that, and your ancestors here to remind you. You may see spirit animals of the wolf coming through as well, to remind you of your journey, to remind you of your resilience and how strong you are, and how proud of them that they are, okay? And so we have hummingbird, miracles. Expect miracles. You are the joy bringer. You bless the world with positivity and love Energy soars on your shining wings. Spread the miracle of happiness. You know, and your ancestor is reminding you of how much you bring to other people's lives, right? You bring love. Love is here twice, the hummingbirds, and the hummingbirds are visiting you, right? That's your ancestor coming through. These are your ancestors showing up very powerfully in the spirit animal realm for you guys, right? Things that you can see, things that you can touch, things that you don't have to be like, oh my God, was that the flicker of light? Or was that someone playing with my microwave? Or did that song really just come on? Or was that just a coincidence? This is like, no, this is like right smack in your face. You're connecting with your ancestors, okay? And so they want to tell you to expect miracles, that you deserve happiness again, right? That you are meant to have love, relationships. You're meant to have reciprocation. What you give is what you should get back, okay? You shouldn't be without that. All right, what other messages does Pile 3's ancestors have? How are we guiding them? Like every pile, like every ancestor has come through and wants to tell you guys, have some fun, okay? Take time out, Pile 3, all right? This is literally, you keep getting, your ancestors want you to retract your energy, pull yourself back. This is hermit energy, right? This is literally removing yourself from, you know, social media. This is a detox. This can be a detox from people, okay? This could be going on a retreat, whatever you're guided, right? But this really is about recharge, rest, go to the spa, you know, take a day off, you know, take a mental health day if you have that, you know, option, right? Or if you don't, take one anyway. Okay, but you're needing to take time out, recharge and rest. And I do feel like this is taking time away from people, okay? I do feel like this is about taking time away from people, connecting with your ancestors at this time, especially since the veil is thin, okay? But this is, I feel like this is going to change your perspective. This is what's going to help shift you out of this energy, right? Is again, you're going to be seeing people and truth for exactly what it is. And this could be for meditating. And laugh and have fun, smile, positive energy, joyfulness. I think this was in another pile too, that came out with the ancestors. But this is the reminder, like every pile has gotten the same message overall at the very end of me pulling out. What is the ancestors? What are they trying to guide you to do? Have fun, positive energies. They want you to smile more. They want you to find joy. And you have all of that here, pile 3, right? Where they want you to find joy. They want you to smile, okay? They want you to remember what life is supposed to be like, not what the world has told you, right? But what life is supposed to be like. You're supposed to have fun. You're supposed to be happy. We're not supposed to be miserable, you guys, okay? Like, I mean, although that seems like to be the, you know, consensus, it's not the truth. All right. More messages from the ancestors, Miss Oracle, please. Didn't I say ask them? Oh, that is so funny. Just ask. Didn't I say ask your ancestors, right? Like, or I think I literally said just ask or something. Okay, that's how you know this is a good channel reading, all right? There are many here in the spirit world that can assist you at this time. We are made up of the divine source, your loved ones, friends, guides, angels, and spirit helpers who are waiting to assist you. We are your spiritual team, and all you have to do is ask for help and guidance, okay? So this is so beautiful because not only are you surrounded by people in the physical, right? Because that's where you may feel lonely at, but maybe you haven't connected with your spiritual side. Maybe you haven't connected with that part of you that reminds you of how beautiful you are, of how loved you are. The connection with spirit is such a beautiful and blissful experience because oftentimes we may feel alone or rejected by the world or life in general. And that spiritual connection, that connection with source, the divine, and the divine spirit team, you know, the angels, the spirit guides, the animals that come through, they really help us and remind us of we're not alone. You know, there are oftentimes I feel alone in this world, and spirit will come through and remind me that they are there for me. I may be rejected by people in this world, but spirit never rejects me, right? And so your ancestors want you to lean on spirit. They want you to ask them for guidance and for help, okay? That came through very loud and clear, pile 3. All right, so we have seek. The power of spirit exists in all things. Everything is made of energy, and every single thing in your physical world contains a fragment of spirit, including you. We are all one with spirit and always be connected to one another. Yeah, you guys, this is just, for me, it just really brings in that energy of what you guys experience with your ancestors is physical, right? It's tangible in some way. It's not like, otherworldly. It feels very tangible, your connection. You may not see it as such, okay? Like I said, animals that come to you, people that come to you, like it's very much here, present in your life. Like you may have somebody that walks up from you and says, oh my God, I see your aura. Or, do you know you have so many angels around you? It's physical, like it's here, and you don't have to question it, even if you do, pile 3. At the bottom, I wanted to honor this because I kept being drawn back to this card here. At the bottom of the deck, it says dream talk, because I kept feeling that you guys dreamed, but it wasn't coming through yet, right? Some of you guys may talk in your sleep. I know I do. Oh, this is so bad. But I do talk in my sleep horribly. I'll have a full-on conversation and not remember what I say. But you guys definitely talk to your ancestors in your sleep. You may want to record your sleep time to see what you say. Your subconscious constantly and subtly speaks through dreams, and it's just one of the many ways in which your soul and those here in the spirit world can reach out and communicate with you through the signs, symbols, messages, and more, okay? So they are speaking to you in dream time, pile 3, all right? And I do believe you guys are speaking, having conversations with them. So it could be like somebody walks in the room and like, who you're talking to? I was talking to grandma. Well, grandma's passed. And you're like, oh, you were dreaming. But you weren't dreaming. You were really talking to grandma. All right, so we have the well and the orca and the elders. Oh, look at that, you guys. Like, seriously, your ancestors are coming through so strong. Like, yes, all the piles, their ancestors came through, but it's like you guys have an array of them. All right, share your song. There it goes again, you guys. There's a message. There's a book. There's a story. There's a journal. There's a lesson, a plan, some guidance, something that you're meant to share with the world, something that you're meant to shine. There's a legacy, pile 3, that you're meant to keep. Your ancestors know this, and they're here to remind you of that. People may have put you down with your creativity, right? You may have been rejected with your creativity. Don't you worry about that. It's meant to happen. The frequency of sound, listen to the music. So there may be a well connection, okay? A beach connection, oceanic connections, right? With your ancestors. They may really have enjoyed swimming or the ocean or any of those things, okay? But listen, share your song, pile 3, the frequency of sound, diving deep, right? And so you are a deep soul, okay? There's so much depth to you, right? That's meant to be shared. You're such a loving, loving soul. Earth angel, starseed, all right, shaman, witch, whatever, trailblazer, pathfinder, way shower, all right, trailblazer, the rebel. Like, you are a deep soul. You're dope, okay? You're dope, all right? I want to hang out with you, pile 3. All right, so just remember how loving you are, and just know that you're being aligned with reciprocation, with devotion, with love, with loyalty. People that are going to be loyal to you. People that are not going to try to dim your light or dim your flavor. Okay. All right. I forgot to pull these. Last 3, I'm forgetting. Because you guys are, I always forget the last one because you guys are at the end of my day. Okay. At the end of my day. All right. So I just wanted to show that. Okay. All right, right now in this retreat mode, taking time out, rest and recharge. You guys allow yourself to be. You do not have to prove a damn thing. Confidence will flow into you when you are divinely you. Just be you, okay? Just be you, all right? All of these people that you're around, it's like you're going to be isolating yourself. You're definitely going to be pulling your energy back in and and really like recalibrating and really shifting out of that. You're going to see things for exactly what they are and the changes that you need to make. Nutrition. All right. So your body is your temple. Try changing your eating habits. Okay. So if you find yourself getting a little bit of weight, that's okay. Okay. I like a little chunky. All right. I like to eat too. You know, but this can be about applying more fruits and vegetables, you know, take on a shake maybe, you know, to substitute what you're putting in. This can also be vitamins, all right? This can also be if you're putting in a lot more alcohol or things that are just not good for you. This is an ancestor reminding you that your body is your temple. And I think that for somebody here, your ancestor used to tell you that all the time. So if this is for you, this is a message for you where your ancestor is telling you your body is your temple. You need to change your habits. All right. So that could be alcoholism, smoking cigarettes, smoking weed. I don't really judge that. I'm just letting you know there's no judgment here. You know, but this can be about, you know, putting more vitamins, exercising, just really taking care of yourself. This is really bringing back to you. Okay. Finding the things that are priorities and important. You have music coming through again, pile 3. All right, music can heal wounds that medicine cannot touch. All right, so I personally say Kundalini yoga. That's my healing medicine. It brings me very much closer to spirit. There's a lot of ancestral chants in there as well. So, you know, there's a lot of the music that's about medicine. There's a lot of songs that are coming through. You may be a musician, a composer, a writer, again, a poetry. There's something that you're meant to share, okay? There's something that you're meant to express. You do have a past life connection coming through. So I do feel that this is for that relationship that we're talking about, the love. There's a past life connection. There's someone with heavy influence from a past life that is with you right now. I feel like this is who's coming in for you. Okay. So I feel like this is your counterpart, right? Your perfect match. Energetically, okay? So I do feel like with this energy, if you haven't met them yet, you're going to feel like they're familiar, like you've known them your whole life. And if you've already met them, then you know who I'm talking about here. And this is just your ancestors may have been guiding you to connect with your past life connection. You know, they do that. You know, also they can be bringing in romantic partner, past life connection. And then you got fuck being nice. Okay. Fuck being nice, pile 3. Pile 2 got something like this. All right. So I don't know who's here, right? But be nice, but not too nice. Not everyone deserves your kindness. Okay. So fuck being nice, because here's the thing. That's what this energy is all about. You're just such a loving, kind soul, right? But your ancestors are tired of your niceties because it has left you feeling unworthy, has left you feeling in limiting beliefs. It has left you feeling very challenged. You've had competition. You've had people who have been trying to dim your light, to bring you down, to hide truths from you, right? To lie to you, any of those things, right? And you've been, you know, keeping your mouth shut, right? Look at that, the tape over the mouth. Okay. And so your ancestors have been telling you to sing your song, speak your truth, right? Maybe you got to do it in a song, you know, let them know, right? I don't know. All right. That's all I have for you, pile 3. I hope you've enjoyed your reading. If you have enjoyed your reading so far, and you have not done so, please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel for further notifications and updates. I do provide one-on-one sessions, so if you want to book a private session with me, all of my information is linked in the bio below. Trust the process and trust the journey. I will see you all next time. Bye now.